Werribee's traffic congestion continues to frustrate residents, with poor road planning and inadequate infrastructure causing major delays on key routes like Ballan Road and Heaths Road. Adding to the problem is the lack of a direct river crossing from Manor Lakes to Tarneet, forcing drivers to take long detours on already overloaded roads.
I think that the budgeting priorities is where the issue is. Out in the western suburbs here, we just get the breadcrumbs.
Recently, the state government announced a $333.5 million plan to upgrade intersections in Werribee and Wyndham Vale, promising to address some of the region's worst bottlenecks.
But I guarantee you what happens after the election and pre-election will be two totally different things. It'll be a different piece of paper. The second one will be them walking away again and ignoring the West if they get their support.
However, the announcement has been met with scepticism from locals and critics who point to long-standing issues such as kilometre-long queues that often spill into emergency lanes. This is particularly evident at the Werribee exit of the Maltby Bypass, where traffic frequently grinds to a halt.
It's amazing how whenever things start to get tight, it's been a safe Labor seat for so long, but all of a sudden the polls are showing weakening in Labor support, that all of a sudden they can find money to promise things.
Critics argue that these upgrades are too little, too late, and residents feel let down by the lack of meaningful progress over the years.
There's been promises of so many things that are happening, that were going to happen in Werribee that we just haven't seen.
For all the new housing, the shopping centres, roads don't cope with it.
Amid this growing dissatisfaction, some argue that stronger representation is needed to push for long overdue infrastructure projects.
You get an independent in here in Werribee, the major parties, whoever's in government, are going to fight very hard for this electorate, and I expect them to bring the chequebook and get infrastructure done that they've been promising for decades.
At the same time, there is a strong call for collaboration to ensure that promised projects finally become a reality. With Werribee's population booming, residents are demanding urgent action, hoping that promises made now will finally deliver the infrastructure they have needed for decades.
And working with the major parties to get these projects underway and completed has to be an absolute priority. I won't stop until we get some outcomes.